Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This is BT Plays here, and today we're on the Crew 2 and we'll be testing out the Mazda RX-3 Supercharged Edition, which came out in a motorpass about a year ago now. I think it came out last September, so September 2022 is when this vehicle came out. And yeah, sorry it's taken me a bit of time to actually test out this vehicle if you were looking for this vehicle, but I'm here now and I'm doing it now. So let's get into the customization, and because obviously it is an edition vehicle, you can't change anything because Ubisoft just don't like you to change anything with the edition vehicle because it has a certain livery or vanity items, whatever. But you can change the livery and the vanity items, which is weird because they're the only things that end up being changed about the vehicle. Anyway, Ubisoft doing Ubisoft stuff, you can change the livery and vanity items, and that is all with this vehicle. So, pricing done, customization done, let's get to the performance, shall we? So that was pretty quick, and it is a base level of 95 in terms of performance, and it is a street racing vehicle as well, just to let you know. And it has a top speed of 111 miles per hour and has 109 horsepower as well. So let's put on some 280 parts so we can actually see how well this vehicle looks on paper, because to be fair, I do like Mazda vehicles. They tend to be not overly good, but they tend to be, you know, very average, and sometimes they actually surprise you and become better than expected. So we'll see how well this RX-3 is, but with a top speed of 280, no sorry, top speed of 240, performance level 280. Have we seen this before? Have we seen the top speed of 240? Is that actually real, or is it a glitch? Okay, this vehicle has a top speed of 240 miles per hour for a street racing vehicle, and if you play the Crew 2 quite a lot, you obviously know every vehicle that has 280 parts on, when it's a street racing vehicle, has a top speed of maximum 227, 228. So 240 is pretty good. And it also has 699 horsepower as well, 0 to 60 in 2.47 seconds, quarter mile in 9.17 seconds, and brake distance 60 to 0 is 18.35 yards. So let's see if we actually reach the 240 miles per hour top speed. So I'll see you at an event in a second. This vehicle is completely bugged. I think it's broken the game. I actually think this vehicle has broken my game, because when I go into the screen to look at all my vehicles, it's at the front, and if you obviously know how the vehicle category system works in this game, you'll know that it goes in alphabetical order, and Mazda doesn't come before A, B, C, D, you know, it doesn't come before any of that. So why is it all the way at the front? And when I take the parts off, there's still some on. So I don't think the top speed is 240 miles per hour. I think it is still around 227, but we'll find out, I guess. We are in the suburbs of Florida, and we'll see how well this vehicle performs with the bad news that it doesn't have 240 miles per hour top speed. But let's see how well it performs anyway, because I was a bit skeptical that it was 240 miles per hour, because Ubisoft are very in their ways in terms of the stats on these vehicles, and I don't think they would ever change it for a Mazda. So yeah, I was a bit skeptical there, but let's just test out this vehicle and see how it goes on. To be fair, it handles pretty okay. Feels a bit heavy, doesn't feel light as I thought it would be. It's a very small vehicle, so I was expecting it to feel quite light, but it does feel quite heavy. Handling is quite heavy as well. Sometimes you can drift like that, which doesn't make any sense. It's the Crew 2, nothing makes any sense. Speed wise, I mean, it's unfair to really judge the speed when we're in an event where there's like a million turns and you have to brake all the time. But the brakes seem pretty good. They don't seem too bad, which is always a nice bonus. The acceleration as well doesn't seem too bad either. We are going around 170, which is pretty good for a little Mazda. Surprising as well. But yeah, the brakes are actually very good. Allows me to make these turns pretty well, so that's always a nice thing to see in a vehicle. Good brakes and good handling, always a plus for me, I think. But yeah, I'm just still thrown off about how this vehicle says it has a 240 miles per hour top speed. But you know, games sometimes break. That means I have to restart my game, which takes years because it's the Crew 2. I think if you know the Crew 2, it takes years to open up the game again once you close it. But no, this vehicle is actually performing pretty well. I was expecting it to be really rough around the edges and really bog standard. I wasn't not expecting much. I mean, it's not the greatest vehicle we've ever used, because look, we are just about in front. We're not overly in front, but we're still comfortable-ish, and the performance was pretty comfortable as well. There wasn't any mistakes or hiccups, so that's always nice. And there were some good things to come out of that vehicle as well. Like I said, the braking and the handling, not too bad. Sometimes it feels a bit on the heavy side, but if you control it right, it doesn't feel too bad. And obviously, pro settings you can add to this vehicle as well to change the feel and the handling of the vehicle. But for me, I kept it simple and I kept it standard, and it's not a bad little vehicle. Now, will I use it again? Maybe, I'm not sure. Probably not. If it was in a Summit, I would happily use it, and I was forced to use this vehicle, I would use it again, yep. But every day, you know, just playing street racing events, probably wouldn't use it then for efficiency. But it's still not a bad vehicle. Obviously, price-wise, it's how much a motorpass costs. Customization, there was no customization because it is an edition vehicle, so we can only really go off of the performance. And I've said what I've said, so out of 10, I'm gonna give this vehicle a 7.2 out of 10. 7.2 out of 10, a very average vehicle. I wouldn't mind using it again, but I wouldn't force myself to use it again. It's just there. Not a bad car. Obviously, I think there is an RX-3 as well, so with customization, this vehicle would be bumped up a little bit more. But a 7.2 I think is fair. And if you have used this vehicle, don't forget to tell me what you think of it down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe as well if you are new, as it does help out the channel. And I will see you in the next video.